Some interesting roads here though.
We have a lot of high hills.
Okay, we're at the ferry station. This is between two islands. This is between Gozo and the main island of Malta. This is the parking lot here. And I wish we would compare this to a crossing, say in Guyana, at the Guyana Suriname ferry crossing. So have a look at this, for instance. We're here at the Suriname ferry crossing. Here we go. Guyana Suriname ferry service. Here we go. This is the exit. This is where people come out and are then immediately set upon and harassed by touts who are trying to get them to change money or force them into their minibuses or transportation. I'll just show you enough to prove the point. Right, it's just the outside patio area. This is the chute that people will be using to access the ferry. When one is going, another one is coming. I'll just do a little time lapse here because I think it's pretty, and it's pretty shocking that everywhere I go I just keep thinking of the fact that government ministers here earn less than government ministers in Guyana. We're heading to the ferry. Okay, we're not on the MV Malawi, we're on the ferry to Gozo. This is just a shop they have there. They have like a little convenience store in here. There's like a cafeteria. There are two cafeterias. This is one of the two. This is on the actual ferry itself. And then you have this passenger deck down here. There you can come out. This is the rest of the ferry terminal. And this is the front of the ship. It literally lifts up like this when it's in motion. in the on the main deck, the middle deck. And I don't normally do this, right? But I'm actually gonna take you into the toilet. I'm not even kidding. Here's a male toilet. Why am I showing you the main toilet? Let me tell you why. Because this toilet in a ferry, my friends, is cleaner than the West Demerara Regional Hospital. We're at the building. Patient's washroom. This is the septic tank. Oh, there's bits of toilet paper outside here. And this is the male toilet at the West Demerara Regional Hospital. That's for ladies. Sanitary products, and that is the toilet. I can't even get much closer because the entire floor is filled with urine and excrement. So have a look at that. Okay, so you're gonna come out of there. This is cleaner than a hospital toilet in Guyana. I tell you, no smell or anything like that. It's cleaner than a hospital toilet in Guyana. That is a problem for me, okay? That's why no matter where I go, I'm always thinking about Guyana, right? I don't know what our ministers see. Let's go check out the deck. What's it taste like? If you come to places that basically tell us where we are after 50 years, right? You come to spaces like this that we sort of inherited and just had to maintain. That's all we had to do here. Maintain it. It was put up, it was built. Look, the structure still stands. All that we needed to do was maintain this space. But we failed to do it, right? So here we are at the back of the Stabroek Market. I'm just looking around looking for best practice as relates to tourism and any other thing I see that's cool that I think we could replicate in Guyana. And one thing we could replicate is this awesome ferry terminal here. So let me turn you in the direction. So what's awesome about this is they have these buses, these Gozo sightseeing buses, which I think we could easily have a Georgetown sightseeing bus. There's a green one and there's a red one over there, and they come right back to this ferry terminal, this big ferry. The mouth of this ferry opens, and what I think we could learn from this is efficiency, because it's extremely efficient. The ferry pulls in within a matter of minutes. The front lifts up, cars pour out of it, then other cars pour in. It seems to take no time at all, and then you get straight off of that. There's that land, the Blue Lagoon cruise down there. So there's a boat that takes off. You could take your tourists somewhere. You got two ferries actually. You got this other bus down here. So it's just epic. It's very well streamlined, and there's no hassle. There's no touts. Not a single conductor inside pulling or tugging anyone's luggage. No cussing. No boom boom music. No dirty, vulgar lawlessness. I've not been to a single place on this island that I've heard vulgar music. This is something we could take home, and we could do this in Guyana very easily. Was one bus if we could pay a president $3 million a month. I'm sorry, but until I die, I'm going to be talking about that. So that's it for now. I'm going to show you some more footage from the tour, because this bus then goes all around the island, just like we could go all around Georgetown. There's some headphones telling you about everything that's epic about the island. There's a headphone that's like a running tour guide. You just plug it in and listen to it. So we could definitely take a few feathers out to the Maltese cap, and I hope I would see something like this at home. I don't know when it will happen, but there's a historic January budget in the works, so this is it. And let me remind you, the politicians here are earning less than the people in Guyana. So once again, you need to think about earning first world money in a third world country. It just doesn't work like that. I've heard a lot of responses to my video on the salary increase to 50%, but it doesn't work like that. You get first world money in a first world country, and these guys are actually working for less money than our politicians. You compare and contrast for yourselves, because you live in Guyana, you know what's going on. I'm just here on holiday, but when I get back home, I won't forget it. So I would want to show you some of the stuff our politicians are seeing when they come out on our tax money. So this is the return journey. That's the ferry you can see outside, one of two. And this just proves a ferry can work at night. This entire terminal is operational. Let's have a look around here. So that's the ferry over there. And we're about to join this ferry, which operates at night, just like some of the ferries in Guyana, but this thing is efficient. That's why I want to show you it in the day and the night. Look, car park is properly tarmac, right? I don't know what to say. This is the ferry I showed you the toilet in. People cleaning. Shit just seems to work. Sorry, I didn't say that. Upper deck, it's just always clean, sanitary, toilets cleaner than even our public hospitals. How embarrassing is that? And this ferry works 24/7. 24/7. That's what you call having an attachment to your territory. Essequibo might as well be part of Venezuela, considering how difficult it is to get there on the ferry with any sort of regularity. So we're still in the ferry hold, the middle deck actually. So the ferry is actually making money while it's just sitting waiting here. And here we are in the dining room of the same Maltese carrier, and there's actually a news agent in here as well, as you can see, 24/7. These guys operate. I'm just here to buy a magazine. Just combining economic activity with service to people. It's all professional and it's clean, you know. There we go, and the ferry is docked. No man had to stand there with a big wood and throw the plank on. It took less than a minute and we're ready to go. All done from that control panel. As we are coming off here, cars are already disembarking downstairs, because as the ferry pulls in, the front is already opening up before it hits the dock. So this is it. This is how an efficient ferry works. 24/7. That's the top of the deck. Here in the there's a car deck downstairs. And here we are in the dining room of the same Maltese carrier, and there's actually a news agent in here as well. So you can see 24/7 these guys operate. They're just here to buy a magazine. Just combining economic activity with service to people. It's all professional and it's clean, you know. I think that's it for now. There we go, and the ferry is docked. No man had to stand there with a big wood and throw the plank on. It took less than a minute and we're ready to go. All done from that control panel. As we are coming off here, cars are already disembarking downstairs, because as the ferry pulls in, the front is already opening up before it hits the dock. So this is it. This is how an efficient ferry works. This place is so efficient that even as people are leaving the ferry, other people are already boarding. It's sort of this back and forth, and it's so efficient. I just cannot believe it. But I hope you've been able to see for yourself with the footage I've gathered together. It's an example of best practice where public transport infrastructure is concerned. And everything that can be automated is automated. I kid you not. And when you get out, there you go, the bus is ready to take you to where you need to go. This is the bus stop. No touts once again. Nobody fighting to push you in a bus or shove you, tell you where you need to go. It's just totally calm. Nobody trying to fight you down. You can go wherever you want. Okay, that's a bin at the bus stop you just saw there. And this is literally just the bus terminal at the ferry station, where you can get a bus going wherever you need to go. Once again, my friends, not a single tout or conductor in sight trying to shove anyone in a bus, because everyone knows where they're going. And guys, this is the car park at the ferry station. You can see a couple of cars there just racing to get on the ferry because it's so efficient. If you're not there in time, you miss it. But just look at how well tarmacked this car park is. Even the president's road in front of his house isn't this well asphalted in Guyana. We really need to change the way we do business. This is money well spent, and I could just tell that they're not gonna have to come back here for at least a couple years to keep patching the road, because no one's friend in government got the contract to fix the road, to make sure that, you know, it's gonna have like 5 potholes, so they get the contract again in 4 months to come back and build it.